Hello and welcome to another FX Centrum daily market analysis. For today, we'll go for our cross asset list. As you can see here, we have a coffee market, WTI, US 100, USD Japanese yen, pound dollar, euro dollar, US 30, gold market, dollar index, and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will use our FX Centrum platform, and we'll begin with the coffee market. So what we have here is the breakout. I alerted about this breakout that happened on the coffee market yesterday, and we can see that we had a strong bullish day. Market is basically closed around 207.75, so this breakout is working pretty well, and we identified this really in the beginning. And as you can see here, you can, if you like, for example, trend line, you can place a trend line, and then you will see that we also broke this trend line that was active at this point. So this was a breakout of the multi-analysis, I will say. We broke the upper Bollinger Band, we broke the swing highs resistance level, and we broke the supply trend line. So usually when we have the breakout of the confluence of the different, from a different perspective, the breakout is stronger. So this breakout is going very well. 207.74 is the yesterday's closing price, and really the next pivot level that if I go the daily time frame, let's for example switch to the weekly time frame. Really the next level is at 220 mark. This is the area where we have this supply, where we had supply on the weekly time frame. So market held for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and then look at this strong push through the upper Bollinger Band as well on the weekly time frame. Now if you go to the hourly time frame, there is no sign of the weakness. Market is holding around the upper Bollinger Band. Of course, normal pullbacks like this, corrections towards the middle Bollinger Band on the way up, they're pretty normal, but it's coffee market isn't the breakout. It's already second day, a strong close, and short-term objective, I will say around 220 mark. Short-term, mid-term objective on coffee market. WTI, so we had quite a weak close yesterday, so this just around the upper Bollinger Band. We can see the fast line is basically is correcting at this point. The slow line is still sloping to the upside above the 80 mark. So we are kind of in extended environment at this point, but yesterday's close, we have a pretty weak close. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. We can see market that Bollinger Bands are contracting, and I will say the potential downside correction might be in the play, but let's just see we have rising trend line here. So we can place like this. If we can see the break of the previous swing low, let's say 85 mark, we can see the breakout of 85 mark and hold below, there will be a chance of potential downside movement towards the, let's say 83.50 or maybe even 82.90 mark. But we still don't have a confirmation for the downside correction on the daily time frame. So there will be a potential chance for this downside move, at least to pull back on a daily time frame for a day or two, but we need a confirmation on the hourly time frame. Because otherwise, if market can re-break the 86.50 and hold above 86.50, then the next upside objective is at 89.50. Short-term, mid-term trends are bullish, no question about it. But there is a chance for the at least temporal pullback or a day or a couple of days before the further upside continuation. So pay attention for this to this contraction that is happening on the hourly time frame. Now we have a US 100, so let's take a look what we have here. Market is pretty much in consolidation. We had a close below the middle Bollinger Band, and then we had an inside day yesterday. So pretty much indecision around the middle Bollinger Band. I will say still slow line and fast line is sloping to the downside, and the slow line just had a flip around the 80 mark. There is a still chance for the scenario for the US 100 to trade towards the 17,900 and the lower Bollinger Band area. And we had an inside day, so I would like to see the re-break of 18,000 mark for the potential drop towards 17,800, 17,900 mark. From other side, we have a resistance levels around 18,400 mark and 18,485 mark. If you take a look at the hourly time frame, we had this strong down break, natural pullback. There was a retest here, but market actually had a rally into this. So we didn't have this was a test and reject of the lower Bollinger Band on this around the opening of during the primary hours for the US 100. So at this point, market traded higher in the single candle and then pulled back for a couple of candles here and then had a rejection. There was a retest at this point. But here you can see the Bollinger Band, they're starting to contract, so we might see some more consolidation. And then there will be a potential for the downside continuation from my perspective. But so far, a sideways market on the daily time frame, still potential for the lower prices is there. USDN, I'm still waiting for the breakout. So 152 is a key resistance, short term, mid term, and long term. And you can see how market is like we have a very tight consolidation for already about 10 days. I can see that the Bollinger Bands are starting to contract in the daily time frame. You can see how the slow line and fast line pretty much equalize each other, and we have potential for the breakout. I think you just question the time when we will see the breakout. The upside breakout to 152 can lead USDN towards 153.20 or even higher, like 154. From the other side, the downside break of 151, we have already middle Bollinger Band at 150.90 mark, and we have the beginning of this, the low of this sub bar around 149.20, and the lower Bollinger Band at 148.20. Again, because of the upside environment on the longer time frames, and overall we're trading on have a higher lows in the monthly time frame, and so I would like to see the upside breakout above 152 and hold above for some bigger, not just the intraday short term, but it can also be a mid long term bullish environment on the USD Japanese yen. So pay attention to this potential breakout. Pound dollar, we had a reaction towards the middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame. So we had this test, and now market is really around the resistance 1.2660 670 mark, middle Bollinger Band, and we have a rate of change flip to the downside. But we also had this bullish divergence that market developed on the fast line and stochastics, so market already reached this middle Bollinger Band. So at this point, we had 2 up days from low to high. There is a flip to the downside. So as you can see, market traded higher now in just stagnation at this point. So we don't have any sign of weakness. But in case if the market can move below the middle Bollinger Band, and in case if more see further contraction on the hourly time frame and the down break, there will be a chance for a down day to develop. And then the downside objective, from my perspective, can be around 1.2580, 590, or 1.2600 at minimum. From another side, if market can keep, trade higher, 1.2690, 1.2700 is a round number, an important level for the pound. But so far, market is just contracting. You can see here after this rally, market just went sideways. A pretty big sideways condition on the intraday frames. Euro dollar. So we had something similar on the euro dollar. There was a fresh bull cross 2 days ago, and market went to the middle Bollinger Band. So now at this point, as you can see, market is holding well, broke, and then held overall in the very tight consolidation. We didn't have any bigger pullback or bigger swing down. So still momentum into the upside from yesterday, and the resistance is set around 1.0865, and then we also have a 1.0880 mark based on hourly time frame. But we can see the hourly is pretty much extended at this point, so this is pretty much momentum to the upside, but extended based on the hourly time frame. And again, next pivot level is this daily 1.0880. Now we have a US 30. So in the US 30, we can see that market had a more like a consolidation day, but we're trading below the middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame. And if the market can retake 39,000, there will be a chance for a downside move towards the 38,750 and 38,585. Slow and fast line is sloping to the downside, so suggesting like a short-term downside environment and downside momentum. So pay attention for the potential re-break of this hourly support and the downside movement. In case the upside breakout of 39,000, I will say 336, there will be a chance for the rally towards 39,500 mark. And we have a gold market. So on the gold market, let's take a look at the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we can see that we had about 7 to 8 days rally. You can see that the fast line didn't even correct yet. Slow line is sloping to the upside around 65 level. And market is just grinding, I will say, like around this upper Bollinger Band, and we have volatility expansion on the gold market. Now, we didn't have any down day, any correction or so far. And from my perspective, there can be a chance for a downside, this pullback, if nothing else. So let's place this trend line on the recent low. So we have a rising trend line. As you can see here, hourly looks pretty extended, something like we had here. So we had a pullback, and now we also had a pullback to the middle Bollinger Band. But any meaningful downside, let's say correction, will be only if we can break this rising trend line and lower Bollinger Band. If we can hold below, let's say this level like 2265, we can hold below, and so then there will be a chance even for the 2235 to be on the test on the daily, and we can see some kind of the pullback. One other interesting point here on the sign of weakness is this rate of change bearish divergence that showed up on the daily time frame. So we have some sign of weakness that's kicking in at this point. We just need a confirmation from the market for the further downside movement and at least correction on the daily time frame for a day or a couple of days. So pay attention for that potential downside correction. We need still more confirmation. Now, dollar index actually had a down move. So let's take a look at the daily time frame. So there was a pullback. There was a down move yesterday, and market had a fresh bear cross at this point. The fast line crossed the slow line. So now let's take a look at the levels that we have here. Previous swing high and previous swing low. We have 104 mark to be important, and then the 103.70 like a middle Bollinger Band. This is how the 4-hour time frame looks like. We're just basically grinding around the lower Bollinger Band. So still there is no, here we broke, and then we are still see the price equal time at this point. So will the market continue lower, or we have the reaction up? So far, after the 2 high to low days, there will be a chance maybe for the flip up. So still we have the volatility expansion, I will say, on the dollar index, but still we need a confirmation and more like I would like to see more like contraction and then upside break in order for this daily to have the upside continuation. Otherwise, market can still go lower towards the middle Bollinger Band towards 103.75. And covering the Bitcoin versus US dollars, so yes, there was a quite an I will say neutral day, but a very narrow day in terms of the range. So 67,400 is the middle Bollinger Band. We still didn't test 62,250 lower Bollinger Band. We didn't even test the 61,000 mark. So there will be a chance for that. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. Okay, we had this attempt for the downside breakout at this point. So far, market just holding around the Bollinger Band and around the Bollinger Bands. But look at the 4-hour time frame. You can see here that we had a clean downside break, and this can all be just a natural reaction, and potential for the downside continuation can be play. From other side, if we see another rally up, we have a resistance area around 66 the 68,000 mark and 68,500 mark. So the recent swing lows can act like resistance at this point. Again, based on daily, still potential for the downside move, at least towards this 61,000 mark. That will be all for this FX Centrum daily market analysis. If you didn't visit our website, you can do that. Just fxcentrum.com. You can visit our FXCTV Explorer. We have trading ideas, different tutorials, technical analysis. Every day we're covering liquid markets, and you definitely can find useful and important, something that will really help your own trading and your own success. You can open an account in just a few clicks and try our demo or open a live account. And of course, you can enjoy our platform, FX Centrum platform. So I'm calling you to join, and I'm sure that you will be happy and that you will stay with us for a long time. Thank you all for watching, and see you soon.